GM, good morning. We are live. I'm about to hop into a Mitten because I promised some playoff best ball in the title of the stream. I'll hop into it, and we can chat all things advance rates. We got Thursday night football tonight. We got the Bucks versus the Falcons. Not really sure what to expect from tonight's game. I think for Tampa, their two games after this are a little more important from this one. I know they got Carolina. I think they have another division game after that, and then the Dolphins. So we'll see if this could be maybe a little bit of a look-ahead spot for Tampa. The Falcons have just not looked particularly great. So again, hopefully it's a fun game. There's definitely some fantasy pieces that are going to be impacting our best ball bags. But good morning, everyone. Good morning, Joel. Hope you're having a great one. Likewise, Chris. It is a GM. GM, good morning. Good morning to you, Chris. Frog Clone, GM. Hope you're having... Steven coming in hot with the questions here. Let's see. GM, everyone, if you don't mind, 2 questions. If I had more teams advance than I thought, I'm thinking they are wildcard teams. Advance rate from 15 to 16. I'm thinking about 8%. Wildcard teams in contests that overlaid. I think the big board had a tiny amount of overlay. The biggest one was, of course, the sprint, where a whole heap of third place teams, and it was actually a number cutoff. I think you theoretically could get in with a team past third place. It was a number cutoff there. A lot of those teams. So, any contest that had some overlay got in. If you look at your portfolio on BBMDB, I can actually switch to this tab for one quick second. The number you're advancing was the amount per the normal rules of finishing like second or third or fourth in your pod, depending on what the advance rate. The expected was how many wild card teams. So in my case, it looks like I got about 12 additional teams via the wild card across all my contests. So there was definitely some overlay. Please ignore the fact that I am below expectation. Scatabo and Kraft getting hurt sent us to the depths of Moria. That was a little bit of a bummer. So we finished below expectation. That's fine. It only takes one, but we had a little bit of run bad at the end of the season. But we're gonna see. Hopefully something makes a run. Hey, Mercs Cards, GM. I appreciate you so much. Mercs Cards is over on the Fantasy Sharps channel. They run a great stream. They were ripping some of the 12 persons last night and the 6 persons. Fantastic stuff there over with Pat Moore Poker. Absolutely should check that out. And yeah, Mercs Cards, thanks for coming in this morning. The overflow. Oh, the dreaded overflow. I'm sorry, Chris. I'm sorry. I try to give the heads up. Hey, Go AZ Cards, GMTU. I hope you're having a great one. So let me pull the board up because A, I need to know. B, you all probably want to know. We took Puka here. We'll see if Ryan takes Stafford. You definitely see a lot of people go Devontae Stafford or Devontae Kyron trying to lock up the Rams. It depends if you just want to grab that quarterback as well. The only problem with the Rams is, of course, the potential that they are the 1 seed, so it can get a little squirrely trying to escape your pod with a whole heap of Rams. But I definitely would like more than just Puka if I can get there. So we will see. Oh yeah, Mercs card. I did win the giveaway on the channel. I'm a Dolphins fan. My favorite player is Scatabo because I went to ASU, so I love our king Cam Scatabo despite the injury. But yeah, the Dolphins definitely my team, and then anything with our favorite New York Giant there. All right, I'm gonna queue up Stafford, and then what do I want to do on the other side? I think I want some pieces of the AFC, and I think it'd be Harvey for me. Something like Shakir or Diggs is kind of nice because that gives us, I think, a little more Super Bowl equity than a Bronco. But, if you take Harvey here, sometimes you can end up with nobody else fighting you for those Bronco pieces. So let's see what happens. We got Puka, Stafford, Harvey. We could add a Blake Corum to this mix, and we can get 3 Rams and then go for some AFC stuff on the other side. So we will see. Best ball on call. Hey, GM to you. Bets a like on. Here's a like on breakout. Hey, best ball on call. Appreciate you so much. Thank you. Yes, of course. I always wait till like the stream's an hour in, but if you can drop a like, drop a sub, it helps a ton. I know I'm not great about asking that. Sorry, I got a weird echo thing going on here. Chris LL, sup Chad, I'm in a pod with you. Well, first of all, good morning to you. Is it a BBM pod? I don't know why you're sticking out to me. I was kind of clicking through my teams, but yeah, I looked at my BBM teams and it just looks so grim. It just looks so grim. I have a lot of injured players. I was kind of high on Garrett Wilson. I don't think that pick was going super well anyway. However, getting hurt kind of nuked it. I had a lot of Calvin Ridley. Another pick wasn't going super well, but maybe by the end of the year, Tennessee's showing a little bit of signs of life. I would love for him to have been healthy because I think I have some Ridley teams, but of course he's done. No Cam cards, got you some. All right, awesome, Mercs cards, very cool. Thank you so much. Yeah, they do really cool giveaways over on the Fantasy Sharps channel as well. So appreciate you, Mercs cards. All right, let's see. Ooh, so this is tough. Do we do our quorum or do we just do Sutton Knicks and lock that up on this side? And then maybe we take, maybe we lean more into the Broncos side of the universe than we were planning. Let's just grab that. I don't think Sutton will make it back around to us. So we got Stafford, Knicks, Harvey, Puka, and Sutton. We're a little light in the running back department. I don't think we're going to get like an Etienne coming back to us. I wouldn't mind him as a possible advance rate piece or even, a Jags miracle run thing. If we can get Quorum back to us, that'd be awesome. But I don't think he'll come back to us. Kind of depends on how much the room is staying in their lanes. Let's see. We got Coxer 10, who we know is a good drafter. And so, yeah, he's sticking with his Eagle stuff. He did miss out on Hurts, but he's got Saquon, AJ Brown, and Devonta, along with Drake May. So we'll see what he does as far as his Patriots and Eagle situation. So he takes Etienne. I think Etienne's a very good pick in this format. So makes a lot of sense. Of course, he did miss out on Goddard, but that makes sense for the Hurts drafter to have picked him up there. Looking over the 4-hole just off the rip seems hopeless. I mean, they have 5 different teams through 5 picks. Like, this is not the way to draft playoff best ball. I just, unless your goal is to min cash, which I don't even think pays back your entry fee in these. It's just, all you're doing is kind of screwing up other teams with no chance of winning yourself. So you do see that, and to each his own. However you want to use your bankroll, you can do that, but just doesn't seem great. DM here, a little more coherent. He's got a couple of Patriots. He's got a couple of Seahawks. He's got Nico Collins. So we'll see. I imagine this is going to be a Darnold team. Maybe Darnold Stroud is the way he ends up going. So Blake Corum comes back to us. I think that's a jam. I think Blake Corum is a jam in this position. Now the question for me is, if I'm thinking additional Super Bowls, what do I want to do? I think I'm going to take Bucky here and then maybe make my third team Tampa Bay. He also might be a good advance rate piece. If my only running backs are RJ Harvey and Blake Corum, we could find it difficult to get out of the pod. And of course, this is a mitten where 2 teams get out. But again, I don't think it's going to be enough running back firepower, especially if I'm competing with, CMC Cook, Jacobs Gibbs. That's going to be, this is going to be hard to escape here. We're going to need a little bit of luck with how light we are at running back. But if we do make it out, we will have this Stafford stack. We will have this Nick stack. So he's a little bit of an advance rate piece, but also I don't mind the Bucs stuff. It seems kind of fun. All right. It's your Kyler McBride and Dak stack team. Gritty in there too. This is tough. It's going to be a tough room. Gritty, of course, famously huge advance rate. Drafted pretty well this season too. Yeah, Kyler. Like, so much of my McBride stuff is tied up in Kyler bags. It's not great, but we will see. Steven says, I know I am done with Will Shipley. That Bigsby trade was the worst thing that happened. But of course, you know, we had a ton of terrible injuries of we don't need to go through all of them, but the Bigsby trade somehow nuked Shipley and Bigsby into oblivion, which was a big bummer. Was a big bummer. Bigsby got the worst landing spot possible. It also turned what was a clean handcuff into like a weird split situation. That was awful because I had a fair amount of Shipley too, and a fair amount of Bigsby. So bad stuff there. Obviously, all of it kind of was contingent on Barkley getting hurt, but it feels like even if Barkley gets hurt, now we don't even have just a clean handcuff. It's some kind of like, you know, not what we were signing up for with either pick. I'll just say that. Smooth Criminal GMTU, I appreciate you so much. Hope you're having a great morning. Thanks for coming in, hanging out, running a little playoff best ball here. So far, we've got Puka, Stafford, and Corum on the Rams. We've got RJ Harvey, Cortland Sutton, Bo Nix on the Broncos, and then a one-off of Bucky Irving. We'll see what else we can build out over here. Troy Franklin is available. Troy Franklin's fine. Let me see what Tampa Bay Bucks are here. So I have my pick of the litter of Tampa Bay stuff if I want to go down that road. I could conceivably do like Igbuka. I could do Godwin. I guess we'll do... Igbuka's been a little wonky lately. I have to say it's not my favorite. I'm going to queue up Igbuka. I don't love this. I don't love what I just did here. What other Rams we got? It's grim. I don't think I want to like take a Colby Parkinson. That feels extremely thin. I guess let's just lean into this, into the Buck stuff. I mean, Mike Evans is coming back. Chris Godwin is still there too. I'll take Evans just because I've done a couple of these teams. I don't have any Evans, but I'm certainly like Godwin. I do like the fact that this Tampa Bay stuff is almost completely free. If you end up with Bucky, you're feeling pretty good there as far as Tampa, because no one's going to take any of these guys as a one-off. I think once Bucky's gone, I think that stack kind of evaporates. So, yeah, it's a little bit light. I could look at taking like an advance rate piece for running back, but even that at this point is pretty thin. I don't think this is the team for a one-off Jaylen Warren. Maybe if I had 4 Rams, I could talk myself into that. Warren could definitely be an advance rate piece, and you know, there's a world where he's the only fantasy viable player if somehow Pittsburgh makes the Super Bowl, because the pass catchers can be really squirrely, and we've seen Warren get there before. Jonathan Taylor, he used to go pretty early. Now the Colts are unlikely to make the Super Bowl. I don't really see any of these other running backs as good adds to this team. So I think we'll just take another receiver and really just hope that Harvey and Bucky are enough to carry us. Now the question is, do we want another Bronco? And I think the answer is yes. And I think for me, it'd be Pat Bryant, kind of an ascendant player, not going to be 100% owned. Even in Denver stuff, I think Franklin has a higher ADP. I wouldn't be opposed to doing something crazy like take a Mims. We've seen Mims spike there. You know, if you show up to a Super Bowl party with a Broncos stack, and they are the team that makes it, I feel like you feel pretty good having a Marvin Mims team just because he's going to be so low owned. So I don't mind that if you're if you're looking to differentiate yourself. But we'll take Pat Bryant here. I like the usage. I like that he seems like he's kind of on the way up. So yeah, kind of a fun team. Gonna need a little bit of run good, but we'll take Pat Bryant. So this team ends up being Stafford, Nix at QB, Harvey, Corum, and Bucky at running back, Puka, Sutton, Igbuka, Evans, and Pat Bryant. So yeah, I don't think this is the most incoherent team. Gonna need a little bit to get there. It is tough starting Puka Stafford because you just do end up very far behind at running back. But if it can get through, it wouldn't be too bad. Go Easy Cards has a DK advanced team with 6 players on IR. I honestly, I might have you beat. Because it's funny if you look at your lineups, like if you make stuff for Showdown or for Sunday, you actually have to scroll through all of your best ball teams if you click on the lineups tab, at least on the app, and it's just a sea of red on mine. I cannot believe how many dead players I have on my DK teams, but it's it's a bloodbath this season. Jake, GM to you. Hope you're having a great one. Chris says, didn't they say Pat Bryant is doubtful? So this is playoff best ball. I'm not too worried because that gives him 3 weeks or 4 weeks, I guess, to get back. So I'm willing to take Bryant in this format here. Terrence says Higbee is nice if the tight end production condenses to one guy. Yeah, I think that's fine, and he'll probably be pretty low owned. It's just the road to poverty has been paved by Rams tight ends before, and I guess if I was leaning more into the Rams side, I could do that. But I think I was trying to figure out what to do on the other side of a Rams Super Bowl, maybe against Denver there. Hey, Brian the Goober, GM to you. Hope you're having a great morning today. Appreciate you so much for coming by, hanging out. Likewise, Greg, GM Candles and the gang. Hope you're having a great morning, Greg. I hope you're having a good one. Let's hop in another playoff best ball. I'm going to try to get into another Mitten here. I'll say I don't think I'm going to do much of the gauntlet. It's very expensive. $25. Only one team advances. It just it's just too much, I think. That can get away from you fast from a bankroll perspective. So it's also super top heavy. You basically just, which is fine. I'm not saying that in a bad way. I think for playoff best ball that makes a certain amount of sense. Like you just kind of got to just draft the nuts. But I think for me, I'm going to stick to the Mitten side of the universe myself. Just 25 each is going to add up, and you want all kinds of different combinations. It's more fun to just draft these Mittens and try to get different Super Bowls. Thomas Awa, GM to you. Hope you're having a great morning. Greg says, avoided most of you in the playoff pods, found a few Go AZ cards. Uh-oh. Well, Greg versus Go AZ cards. Well, hopefully we'll just be running into each other in the finals. Gauntlet after grinding DBQ stings 100%. 100%. The DBQs are such a bankroll killer, and the gauntlet, honestly, it kind of is too. And it's brutal with the gauntlet because you can have the crystal ball. Like someone could tell you the Super Bowl is X versus Y, and then you don't get out of your pod, or you somehow do get out of your pod and then you lose in the next round. It is absolutely killer. CMC to me though, I almost feel like is possibly the best pick in this game, and unfortunately he goes. So now we are back to figuring out what we want to do in the alternative. Do we want to do another Ram situation? Not really. I'll take James Cook. The problem with Cook is you end up fighting over the scraps of Buffalo. Buffalo is kind of a pain in the ass to stack as it is. We'll see what DM does. Sometimes people are very down on the Eagles, so you could theoretically get Saquon at 8 and then have Hurts come back to you at 17. People are so out on them, so we'll see. I think that might be the path I go. It looks like it might end up working out with DM taking Drake May there, but we'll see. The risk you run is if you grab Saquon here and you don't get Hurts, then you're not going to get either Hurts or Allen, and so you can't make a Super Bowl of Buffalo and the Eagles, and now one of them just turns into a very fancy advance rate piece, which you don't really want. But we'll try it. We'll risk it here. We'll grab Saquon. With Hurts and Devonta and Hurts and Brown, you definitely could have somebody do that double tap on the other side of the board. But we'll give it a go. I mean, we got to try to build some super teams. We got to try to build some Super Bowls. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, ideally this isn't just a expensive advance rate guy. Hartman, GM to you. Hope you're having a great morning. Appreciate you coming in, hanging out today. Go Easy Cards. Greg, let me know what contests so I can track those. Others I leave to fate. It's so hard to look through. If you have like a lot of volume, like I guess I have 100 or 208 advancing teams here, so it's a lot to keep track of. I mean, I guess that's how I cope with. I only have 23 BBM teams, so it's actually not that not extremely hard to keep track of. But if I take the bigger number, which includes 46 little Dalmatian and little Dalmatian 2s, it's not actually as bad as it might seem. All right, let's see. I mean, ideally we get Hurts. Man, Jahmyr Gibbs is so tempting. If the Lions do get through, man, that's nice. Yeah, I think we got to grab Hurts here. I think anything other than that is getting too risky. We'll take Hurts, even though Shakir would be nice with Cook. Hurts Devonta is going to be tough to pass. I feel like Hurts with a pass catcher makes sense, although, yeah, are we going to get one of Shakir or Kincaid, or are we just going to have like Cook by himself? I mean, I wouldn't hate just getting Hurts and Goddard if the world goes that way. Let's risk it again. Let's take Shakir here and hope that we can get one of Goddard or Devonta. You never know. Sometimes if people really stay in their lanes, Devonta could come. But of course, yeah, probably with AJ Brown, he is live to take to do his own Bills Buffalo Super Bowl. So we'll see. Yeah, Shakir was not going to come back to me with the Josh Allen drafter going after Bills pieces. Greg says, I've only really checked the pre-draft stuff because that's when I was drafting the most. Well, the big board is, as famously as Davis called it, God's game. And the big board, I made the big board final last year, which was fun. And so I'm a big board fan. We'll see if we can get another one through. But gosh, my big board advance rate really stunk. Like 16 teams. That's what happens when you have like 35% Damian Martinez. And like Raheem Sanders, just guys who are simply not playing football in the National Football League. All right, let's see. Blake Corum goes. So let's take Dallas Goedert here. I think we actually have a pretty nice little... I actually just want to see what I want to do next. So we'll have Hurts, Cook, Barkley, Shakir, Goddard. After that, I think I should take... All right, let's take Goddard and then figure it out. I wouldn't mind, like, Kittle and then Purdy. I think that's kind of fun. The CMC drafter doesn't have a quarterback yet. If I take Purdy and then don't get... All right, let's risk it again. Let's try to take Kittle and then hope Brock Purdy comes around. If Brock Purdy does not come around, I think this is not great, but we'll figure it out. Go Easy Cards. My little 105 advancing teams, only 395 entries and 18 of 63 BBMs. I mean, 18 of 63 BBMs is a monstrous advance rate. Are you going to max next year? Are you going to get deeper into the best ball speed? Gosh, probably, guy. You stink. Why are you... Just stop copying me. Find your own angle, buddy. You have stone zero to do with this Niner game. Go home. Dear God. But Go Easy Cards, are you going to max? I'm curious. I have a few decent big boards. Went heavy non-rookies early in drafts and sprinkled some lately. Yeah, gosh, that's my kryptonite. Are these rookies, and they don't always pan out. I have a lot of RJ Harvey. That worked out. But I have a lot of super dead stuff. Jack Betts process. Great process, horrible run out. Yeah. Yeah, the run out could not have gone worse. And then he doesn't even take Jennings. So you just like, all right, whatever. Whatever. We're going to be pivoting. If I take Jennings and then I use my last 3 picks on some, what are my options in the AFC? It's grim, huh? It's grim. All right, I got concepts of a plan. I've got some concepts. Oh, Jennings just went. The plan is out the window. It's all over, people. It's all over. I think I'm gonna take Bucky again, and we're gonna bail out this way. Gosh darn it, this is not how I wanted to do it. All right, this is fine. George Kittle is just an advance rate piece because everyone wants a random ass tight end as their advance rate piece. I think I'm just going to take Baker now because there's enough. If I lose Baker, then I am in trouble. So we're going to play Eagles, Bills Super Bowl, which we have, which looks nice. And then we're going to play a Bucks Bills Super Bowl, which looks nice. The George Kittle pick, maybe he is fine for advance rate stuff. I mean, he is live to get there. But if I use my last 2 picks as receivers, then this team actually, I feel like, starts looking a little bit better. Joel says, as much as I like having access to Josh Allen, feels like the 2-hole is a stone worst position in these drafts. Joel, I haven't done enough to come to that conclusion. I don't know why. I guess I'd have to do more to see why. I guess why do you think that? Because it doesn't seem too terrible. I don't know. All right. Do I do a Igbukah again? I'm more. I don't know. I'm more into Mike Evans and Godwin. Igbukah just hasn't been that great. So let's land the plane with that. So this team's going to be Jalen Hurts, Baker Mayfield, James Cook, Saquon Barkley, Bucky Irving, Khalil Shakir, Dallas Goedert, George Kittle, Mike Evans, and Chris Godwin. So not too bad. Not too bad there. I feel like we have a reasonable team. The Kittle thing, again, I could have been somebody else, but he is, live to hit the lineup and help get us to the next round. We got a ton of running back firepower. We have 2 logical Super Bowls. Don't think you can complain too much about this. I think this is fine. All right, let's see. Greg says, it's pretty funny how uneventful having a top 10 regular season scoring team has come. Yeah, I mean, I looked at the number 1 team finishing in BBM, and I honestly don't think it's going to survive its pod. It's and that's not to take anything away from that team. It was an incredible team, but just the way injuries and luck and matchups break out, it's not like some inevitable team. It is crazy how it's just a great equalizer. Yeah, the team no longer feels like a wagon. The wagon of the week. The Angels at Upside pod with Rebar and Karain is absolutely incredible, and they do a wagon of the week segment, and it is absolutely brilliant. Jake Vinegar has a team labeled hot doo-doo advanced. Yeah, I have a team labeled like I kept getting sniped, this sucks, and it like advanced, or like idiot ruined the room and it's advancing. So what the heck do I know? 2-hole ends up deciding what to not let the 1-hole have at the turn. Bill stacks without Cook feel horrible. I don't know if I disagree. The Bills are so weird to draft because it feels like to make it through this gauntlet, if you will, like they're gonna ping pong to some degree. Like I can't imagine Allen is quiet the whole time and Cook goes nuts, or vice versa. The Bills are tough, and then the ancillary pieces are so random. GM had, hey, Captain James, it's going great. I hope you're having a good morning. I hope you're having a great morning there. Emo Cowboy, howdy. Hey, Emo Cowboy, you all. Great show last night with the Toxic Tower. I had to go to sleep, and then as I was winding down, I saw PPR Tyler was in a goal line stand with me, but I wasn't listening, so I missed the end of it. But I know you must have ended that stream with a goal line stand. I saw him in the one hole, and I thought he drafted a pretty good team, so I assume that was a team effort. Steven says there could be a lot of Taylor teams die in the first round. Absolutely. He could. I mean, it's a tough matchup. You're dealing with a 44-year-old quarterback who hasn't played in 5 years. Could be rough going. Go Easy Cards 100%. I would trade. I would trade all my teams for that first place 100K payout. Snap call. 70 teams labeled dead. I'm dragging Naj to the playoffs. I mean, my highest exposed player in PBM is Cam Scatabo. We're bringing him along like some kind of relic into battle. Like just the this is the skull of Cam Scatabo, our savior. Like it's not good. It's not good. Hartman says Keon Coleman could have his game day. Never know. I mean, it could be Gabe Davis having the Gabe Davis playoff moment, Hartman. It's so random. All good. Thanks for joining. Okay, yes, you did a group goal. Well, I'll have to listen to that segment because I do like the 12s. I do. Actually, let's see. Speaking of goal line stands, what do we think the goal line stand is at? Probably waiting for 10, I'm guessing. It's going to be killer. Waiting for 5. I don't know. Waiting for 3. All right. We'll pivot to that. Intro and all right. So I'll put the timestamp in. We'll do it. Goal line. We will waiting for 2. If anyone wants to get some goal line stands, he's gonna be a little tough to fill. So if you're trying to hop in one, this might be a good chance because they are a bit slow. Good format again. They kept it the same as last week. 6,000 entrants, 10K up top, fairly flat structure, 7,200 a second. So not bad at all. Waiting for 1, 2. If you want to get in these, now is your chance. Emo Cowboy, I would have liked to look at ADP and figure out pockets ahead of time, but it's a fine team. Yeah, you know what? I feel like this week isn't as pockety as last week, maybe just because there's no one on bye. So you can tell yourself a lot of different stories. I mean, obviously there's tier breaks, but I don't feel like you're as, last week I would have said it was like impossible. Like late running back other than Devin Neal felt bad. And then Blake Corum won the dog bowl and Tony Pollard could have done the same. There were actually 2 deep scrolls that were, I think, the 2 highest scoring running backs, but it obviously did not seem that way off the rip. It was running back got very thin in the mid tier, but the scrolls got there. So I guess you never know till it's done. But this week, at least with the sheer amount of games, we got 8 morning games, 5 afternoon games. It's late running back. I've gotten Omari and Hampton in the 6th yesterday. Assuming Kamara's out, Devin Neal's down here. You can click Chris Rodriguez. I like Tyrone Tracy. Like there's, I probably shouldn't tell all of you who I like before we're about to draft together, but that's why we're streaming these so we can talk about these things. But there's definitely some deep running backs that I am not. Rewind about 15 seconds, Captain James. No, I think, as far as the running backs, like I like Tracy a lot. This ADP I think is going to come up. I think there was some uncertainty if he'd play. Devin Neal, certainly. I'm assuming Kamara's out. Like I feel like they're kind of just quietly shut him down. But if he's back, that's bad. But do your own research there. Right now, I'm playing it as though Kamara's out, but there's enough scrolls where you can hold off. I don't think he's going to rise a ton. But I think both missed practice yesterday, or Neil maybe was limited. Does it say here? Neil, I think he was limited. Yeah, he was limited, but Kamara was out. We'll see. It's hard for me to click Chris Rodriguez just because I don't think he's very good, but the matchup is so good that I don't think it was terrible. If you want to draw through lines with like Blake Corum Vidal is still highly involved. I wouldn't begrudge anyone who took him. I think if he's going to be completely undrafted, I don't hate that. I think he is just as live to be worthwhile as some of these other names in the 60s. If you want somebody that like stone zero people are going to take. I don't know if I'm going to take him, but I certainly, if I saw someone click him, I wouldn't be like, oh, you're a stone moron. Go easy cards. Sanders with Fannin and Pollard would have won it as well. Yeah, absolutely. If you had the courage to play Sanders last week, you would have taken it down. Fannin was such a smash. I wish I had gotten one Fannin team because I was high on him, but it didn't run out that way. But yeah, Fannin was awesome. I said no. I figured you had Captain James. No worries. No worries. Someone jump in. As you all saw, I am plus EV. And yeah, go easy cards. Yeah, you stop it. Stop trying to sandbag. All right, we got the 2-hole. We got Mr. Vinegar here at the 1, myself at the 2, Mr. Worth at the 5. Buster's boys and his friends are at the 6 and wherever else they are. Hartman at the 8, Goods at the 9, Go Easy Cards the 10. Mathology, one of the good ones. Appreciate Mathology as always if you're in here. Hello at the 11, and then Patrick Barnes YouTube at the 12. So we will see. Yeah, you jumped in and got the 1. That's what happens. You come to the stream, good things happen, which is a great segue. If you can like and subscribe, that helps so much. That helps us keep doing these so that you all can get the 1 hole and hear who I'm going to draft in these drafts. Jets drop bombs. GM to you. Hope you're having a great one. Is the bash today? Can't remember because we were all denied Jets drop bombs on the bash last time when the audio issues crept up. So hopefully you can get on that because I was looking forward to that segment there. But good morning to you, Jets drop bombs. Hope you're having a great one. We took Jahmyr Gibbs at the 2 after CMC went off at the 1. CMC, of course, is my great hope this week for advancing in anything. He's my highest exposed live player. I think I have 10 BBM teams with CMC. Either I have 9 or 10. So he will make or break my BBM experience. So seeing him at the 1 does warm my heart a little bit that we are potentially live. So we will see. Hilton Honors failed me. I'll jump on from home. Awesome. I mean, if you can't trust hotel Wi-Fi, who can you trust? Truly. So we see 2 running backs and then 4 receivers in a row. So a little bit interesting meta. I don't think this is wrong with how deep running back kind of gets and the drop off in projection from the elite receivers to the next tier down. So this certainly does make sense. Dax in the chart. Good morning. Hope you're having a great one. I think this is going to be my most concentrated 12-man exposures. There are players and tiers I consider to be so much better around them. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, you truly in weeks where you feel like you have that edge, you got to hammer it because that makes a ton of sense. So I'd love to hear some of those picks, but I'm curious. I'm curious because I'm a little more, I think, kind of wide open. I almost view this slate as trying to get just different combos and ADP values. Last week, I had some pretty strong player takes and stands. This week, I don't feel that way. So it's funny because, I would have said the same thing as you last week. I thought there were very clear tier breaks. I thought there were very clear targets in each round. And this week, it almost feels like an embarrassment of riches where you can click so many guys. Ball is life. Good morning, my fellow football crazy people. Hey, Ball is life, GM to you. You're in the right place. It's 9:10 in the morning, and we are ripping 12-person goal line stands. So appreciate you coming in, hanging out. All right, let's see what the people are doing over here. Patrick Barnes going Rashi. I think in one of my 12 persons, I started with receiver, like the way the team ended up. I can't remember if it was Rice, Nico, but I do like this start. Mythology going the opposite tack with going running back, quarterback, so not taking any of these receivers in this range. Mythology famously is higher on Lamar Jackson than I was, at least when we talked on Monday. I'm still of the view that Lamar doesn't look quite right. Mythology's using facts and data and saying Lamar Jackson is back. You can choose who to believe. I'd probably lean towards Mythology, but I'm still struggling. Just seeing him get chased down by a defensive lineman just makes me so nervous. That it's still not quite there, but obviously he is running more. But just to me, he's failing the eye test. But again, people who actually use data seem to be in on Lamar again. So, in a very high total game against a very mediocre defense. Mediocre might even be generous with the Bengals. Chad, fewer buys and more options. Yeah. It just seems like, I look at this range and I'm happy with basically everybody here except for, again, not to telegraph I don't really like Zay Flowers this week. We were talking about it. We were talking about it on Fantasy Sharps, just the DJ Turner, the Romo Dunze guy, the guy that shut down Romo Dunze. We all learned his name. Probably going to be on Flowers. Could be tough sledding. I'm a little bit light on him, but everyone else in this range, I'm a little more potentially in on. So we got Gibbs. Nothing else from that game that's popping out. I don't love Kyron either. I'll just take AJ Brown. If we could get Brown Hurts, that'd be cool. If not, it's fine because there's a lot of good late QB options. We can do some fun stuff on this side of the board. If we don't go down that road, JT Bittiger takes Chase Brown, Brock Bowers. I think it's a little fancy to just do anything but Hurts. I mean, Hurts Brown is going to be super common. I feel like this 3-person trio of Hurts, Gibbs, Brown is going to be pretty highly represented from the left side of the board. So we're going to have to find a way to get unique. But I don't mind it. The defense is terrible. The Eagles are 11.5-point favorites. We'll see what happens. Lamar starting to run again. Good sign he's back. Yes. 100%. 100%. I just I don't think he was running all that well. I don't think he's running all that well, but we'll see. We'll see. They certainly need the game. Their playoff odds currently are well below 50%. They need to win. They need to win these division games. Or I think they're pretty much eliminated. Unless, of course, the Steelers implode. But this is very much backs against the wall time. So I think they will pull out all the stops. But again, I just have some concerns there. All right, so let's see. The Puka drafter did not take Stafford, and Stafford immediately went to the drafter right after. So there you go. I guess, that drafter does have Amon-Ra, so they do have a game stack. But, yeah, interesting choice to go to Genty. But if you're not as confident in the late running backs, then I get it. Genty, I mean, we've seen Philly without Carter. Their run defense has not been good. Genty, I don't mind Genty this week, but he still feels a little... I feel like we should be getting more of a discount on Genty than pick 27, with how inept the Raiders have been and the offensive line being so crummy. So here we see Mythology. He's living up to his word. He taking players from high total games. He gets Kyron, Lamar, and Cook. Again, all of these good game environments, high total, just going to project for a lot of points. Makes a ton of sense there. Go AZ cards, Saquon, J-Mo, and Wandale. So we'll see if he's lining up anything over there. We'll see what Go AZ Cards' plan is. Patrick Barnes YouTube, Rashi, Nico, and Drake May. So we'll see if he takes Diggs here or if he takes one of the running backs. I'll be curious to see what Patrick Barnes has in store for us. This would be slightly early for Diggs, but Diggs does not come back to 60. So see if he's building a stack. Nope, he takes Rico Dowdle. Makes sense there. And Mathology, not afraid of DJ Turner, takes Zay Flowers. So off we go. Off we go. All right, so for us, running back, again, we're starting to potentially get a little bit thin here at running back. We're going to need a tight end, another receiver, and then either a third receiver or a running back. We'll see what happens. Harold Fannin goes to Hartman. I love Fannin this week. Great pick there. If Fannin had somehow made it to 47, I'd have taken him, but there was a dearth of blue picks here. Nobody had taken a tight end, so I did not think he was going to make it past ADP to me. Dallas Goedert still available if I wanted to double stack Hurts. Don't know that I do. You know, Devontae could make it to us, which would be an interesting choice. Is a huge part of the Hurts thesis is, you know, getting a tush push, getting a rushing touchdown. If you take that away and just make him a glorified pocket passer, is that what we want to do? We don't get the option as Falco takes him there. So now we are left to decide what to do. I'm going to take Juwan Jennings, I think. I think there's enough running backs I'm okay with to where I'll grab Juwan Jennings. I mean, picking on Tennessee seems good. You know, I really like Kittle this week. I think there's a chance that the Niners absolutely demolish the Titans. And so I'll want some different ways to attack that. And one of those ways is going to be with Juwan Jennings, who I think is a little bit underpriced here. So we'll snag him there. Merck's cards, if I had to do a double with A.J. Brown, I'd rather go Goddard than Smith. Interesting. I mean, cost adjusted, maybe. It was going to be hard for me to pass Devonta, though. I will say that, only because I think people are scared to do it. I think people are a little scared to do it. All right, we're going to go with the flow chart, and I'll take Isaiah Likely here. And if I'm going to tell you guys I like some of the late running back scrolls, I don't want to lie to the people. We'll go the flow chart. I mean, Isaiah Likely, my gosh. You know, he had the long touchdown where he, instead of scoring a touchdown, he dropped the ball at the goal line. Then he got 3 steps in the end zone, and they didn't give him a touchdown. I'll take a Likely share again. Well, you know, going again with the mythology theorem of players in high total games. Let's take Isaiah Likely and see what happens here. I did not feel the need to double stack with Goddard, and let's see what the room gives to us as far as a second running back. If we want to do that, you know, as many as 6 more running backs could come off the board, which wouldn't be great. I do have to imagine a few of these guys are going to go 3. I guess 5 running backs could go off. Probably at least one of these people takes 3 running backs instead. Tyrone Tracy would have been who I would have taken there. You know, maybe an argument I should have just taken Tracy and then whatever tight end came to me. But we'll see if we could do something different. Merck's cards, I just think Smith and A.J. Brown eat into each other's ceilings where A.J. Brown and Goddard can get home in a week, tight end week. Yeah, I don't, you know what, that is a good point. It is pretty rare to see the A.J. Brown and Devonta weeks where they both get home. So I don't know that I disagree. And we've seen Goddard get there with those like stupid little pop passes in near the goal line. How much does that really take away from A.J. Brown if he's more of like a yardage and maybe gets one touchdown and a ton of yards? I could see that. I could see that happening. I think there's a chance that the Eagles want to get right and just beat the brakes off of off of the Raiders and they, really keep their foot on the gas, which is why I'm kind of into the Eagle side of the ball. But they're also, man, the vibe is in shambles. The vibe is in utter shambles there in Philly. But I like Goddard this week as well. I think he's a perfectly reasonable click. So once this 3 wide receivers, so we can take whoever we want at running back if we want any of these guys. Tony Pollard, of course, maybe a little bit of recency bias. Devin Neal, Corum, Rodriguez. I think I'll take Devin Neal here. I don't mind the Pollard stuff. The Niners defense is not great. We do have Jennings on the other side. I think I'll stick with Devin Neal. But there is a little bit of risk that there's definitely a little bit of risk that Kamara comes back and that this is a disaster. But assuming he doesn't, let me actually just make sure I'm not missing out. Slayton's not a terrible shout. I wouldn't mind that so much, but I think the Devin Neal thing is just going to be better. All right, I see a message from Good. So this team for the audio listeners is Hurts, Gibbs, Devin Neal, AJ Brown, Juwan Jennings, and Isaiah Likely. Let me hop into that other goal line stand because it's waiting for one. All right, Goods, appreciate you. We hopped into that one. So we're waiting for one. If anyone wants to fill it, off we go. Go AZ Cards. I'll take the punt Mahomes Kelsey stack. They have to come out angry. Yeah, I think and they're also a team that's in full must-win mode. Absolutely need to keep winning. Similar room to the last one for sure. Patrick Barnes, Mythology, Buster's Boys, Schwain Bomber, myself, Goods, Mr. Worth here, B-Spurf, and Best Ball Viper. So another tough CKNI. I feel like that's somebody we know, but we will see. Go AZ Cards telling Goods he likes the Trevor stacks as well. Yeah, I think that's fine too. But Goods, appreciate the shout. Let us get into another one of these. Let me update the timestamp. Goal line stand 2. Sweet. All right, so from the 5, we are going to get one of these elite receivers. The question, of course, is which one do we take? Assuming it goes by ADP, do we take Chase or Amon-Ra? I think I'd just go with the ADP. I think T. Higgins is going to end up playing as much as he probably shouldn't. He was limited practice, which is the cadence for somebody progressing through the protocol. I don't know enough about the intricacies of the protocol to say if you enter the protocol, does that mean you had a concussion or they think you did, or just they have suspicion that you might have. I don't know. So, I mean, they could determine he didn't actually suffer a second concussion, even though he clearly did. We know these things can be squirrely. There's really no medical test for a concussion. It's not like you can have an MRI and check. It's sort of a, diagnosis made by the physicians talking to and analyzing the players. So I just don't know. I don't know where he's at, but I think there is a chance he plays. If he doesn't play, Jamar Chase, of course, could end up with an absolutely insane target volume. We've seen Chase light up the Ravens before. I don't think it makes sense to pass on him as much as I do like Amon-Ra. So we'll grab Jamar Chase. Puka goes at 2 to Mythology. Interesting there instead of Gibbs. But I think you will see that again, as if people are comfortable with the later running backs, they will be taking some of these guys ahead of Gibbs, perhaps in certain rooms. And I've even seen a receiver go at the 1 before and pushed CMC all the way to the 3 in one of my rooms last night. So we got CMC, Puka, Gibbs, JSN, Jamar Chase, Derrick Henry going ahead of Amon-Ra, James Cook at the 8, and Josh Allen at the 9. So think of Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow's ADP is all the way at 49. So we would have to either decide, do we want to try to take him at 44 or 53 if we want to get Jamar Chase? Just something to potentially think about. Things could change if some of the players to my left either have quarterbacks or have clear stacks that make more sense than an unstacked Burrow. So we will see. Beesburf, GM, everyone, hey, GM to you. Appreciate you. See you in at the 10 hole with Rashi Rice. Thanks for coming in, hanging out this morning. Let's see if Best Ball Viper, does he go receiver that we saw last time from the 12 hole or not? He takes his time, winds the clock. So it's a little interesting to see Adams and Puka on the stone opposite sides of the board. We'll see where Stafford goes. Does he go to either team? Last time he went to the Amon-Ra drafter. So Best Ball Viper doing, I believe this was Mathology's start. Was it Rice? I know he took Lamar Jackson and, I think he took Jackson Nico. But we do see the same sort of idea of a receiver and a quarterback there. Right now I'm thinking he took a running back, so I don't know what I'm talking about. But anyway, the 12 hole pushes running back off into the later rounds. All right, Josh Jacobs goes. The eternal question is, what the heck do you do with Jonathan Taylor? He has been sliding. I would have had to have made the decision myself. I was going to be between Etienne, Taylor, and Kittle. Kittle comes to me. Let's just grab George Kittle. Pretty into that this week. It also opens up Brock Purdy. It opens up things like Purdy Jennings if we want to double stack it and just really pick on the Titans. So I like the Kittle stuff quite a bit this week. And it makes us a little, maybe makes me a little more willing to push Stafford to potentially see if we can get him at pick 53 or not. Of course, we will stay flexible. If something like Jalen Hurts comes back to us, we could consider that depending on what else is going on in the room. But I feel like I might fall a little too far behind at running back if I don't try to grab one coming up. All right, so Mathology. So he grabs Stafford there. So he goes Puka, Javonte, Stafford. That's J-Mo, Stafford. So that's a nice start there. Full game stack of his first 3 players. Gets the Puka Stafford connection with the J-Mo bring back. So nice start there from Mathology that he's able to go. Lay the house RM, R King. Hey, lay the house RM. Appreciate you so much. Good morning to you. Hope you're having a great one today. We're running some goal line stands. We were doing a little playoff best ball earlier. Does Chase Brown come to it? I mean, I think if we do it, I'm fine doing Chase Brown, Jamar Chase. Yeah, let's do that. That seems kind of fun. So, the only unfortunate thing is I think the bring back window has closed. I don't really want to go too tight end. I think it's defensible if you think a likely can outscore the receivers in that range. But it does concern me just a hair. I don't love doing double tight end. So this might just be a Bengals thing. I am now back to, I probably need to take Burrow here at pick 44, assuming he comes back to me. This Schwain guy, is he really committed to Darnold? Probably not. Patrick Barnes, YouTube, Lamar is gone. So is he committed to Bryce Young? Probably not. I could definitely see one of them ripping off an unstacked Burrow there. Obviously, if there's some huge ADP value, we're always willing to risk it. Maybe try to build a more of a super team, collect some ADP value. But I think in this case, with the double, could be a lot for us to pass up there. But again, we will stay flexible, as we always should in these drafts. All right, so best ball, still no running backs on this team. Devontae, Lamar, McLaurin, and Ladd over there. B-Spurf, he's able to get his Rice Mahomes team. That's pretty nice there. He gets Mahomes at pick 39 along with McBride. Dowdle, J-Dubs makes the Fannin bet around ADP like that there from J-Dubs. Let's see what's coming back to us. If somehow Jackson Dart is still here, we could push it because that kind of insulates us from one person who's taking a quarterback. Like, I think people are more likely to take unstacked Dart. That said, this total in the Bengal game could... Is it worth taking Genty here? The problem is T. Higgins is here. So I think the temptation is going to be too strong for someone there. The other thing I could do is I could take Juwan. Oof, is that too much? Because if I take Jennings, I could... All right, let's do it. Let's risk it all, people. Let's take Juwan Jennings. Worst case scenario is we double stack the Niners. We got 2 double stacks. We're picking on Baltimore. We're picking on Tennessee. We're trying something a little different. If somehow Burrow and Purdy go, then it's just the fates telling us it's not our week. But we're going to try something a little different here. And I almost wonder, with it being Kittle and Jennings, do we just prefer Purdy here and tell ourselves that if Chase Brown gets there on the ground, then what we actually want is the Purdy side of the universe? I don't know. Kind of an interesting dilemma we've put ourselves in. We may have overcomplicated it, and it might have been better to just grab our Burrow there. But there could be a lot of meat on the bone against the Titans. We'll see. It obviously could just be Christian McCaffrey week too. But assuming it's not, we are highly levered against a pretty crummy team. So let's see. I mean, Patrick Barnes is always live to take Purdy along with CMC. We do see that, and it's defensible. But yeah, Jackson Dart, too tempting, dangling that carrot in front of these 2 drafters. I thought we'd get at least one of our guys. So we'll see what happens. Insect Friction, GM to you. Appreciate you coming in, hanging out. Good morning. Hope you're having a great one. We're just here running a 12-person goal line stand, seeing what we can see here. Kind of been a fun draft, kind of a little bit of a unique build, going with a Bengals and Niner double, and now we're gonna have to decide between Burrow and Purdy. And again, I think because Chase Brown is the running back, we can get there. For this Kittle Jennings thing, we're gonna need Purdy to have a big game. So let's hope Swain doesn't take Purdy. We get the choice of both, which is kind of crazy. But I think this team Purdy just makes more sense with 2 pass catchers. So we will take Brock Purdy on this team. Again, would this team have been better had we taken a running back and then Burrow? Possibly. We definitely might have overcomplicated this one, but we'll be a little different if nothing else. All right, let's see what the best and brightest are doing. Mythology, he goes Puka, J-Mo, Stafford, Ken Walker, and Likely. So again, feel good about the Likely pick from last draft. Likely makes a ton of sense here. Mythology, again, just stacking these high total games makes sense from him. Buster's boys with Gibbs, Bowers, Hurts, Genty, and Diggs. So a little mini game stack with Bowers, Genty, but Hurts on the other side of it. So stacking up that Eagles Vegas game. Let's see what Goods is up to. Goods with James Cook, Josh Jacobs. So not worried about late running back here. He gets this too early. Also not worried about Stingley and the Texans taking Wilson. I mean, just sheer volume could overcome things. They continue to drop back. They continue to drop back and throw with Brissett. So, you know, Wilson here, who has looked like the second coming of Jerry Rice at pick 32, you know, is Michael Wilson matchup proof? More and more people are asking that, but we'll find out. And then Goods gets Jacoby Myers and and T-Law. So I like that. I like the Jag stuff this week. I think that's pretty nice. So gets a little Myers T-Law stack. We'll see where he lands the plane there. The board's wrapping around. A couple of noteworthy things. We see Andrews goes to Best Ball Viper, but you know, likely going ahead of Andrews. I feels correct to me, even though they just extended Andrews. Likely feels more likely to break a slate for you. Mariota going unstacked. I don't mind Mariota this week. Probably want somebody with him. I mean, I feel like I would. He can get there unstacked. He's got the rushing upside, but I don't know. I feel like he's going to end up hyper targeting like McLaurin, especially with Ertz out. That could be a very concentrated target volume, which makes me like the unstacked bit a little bit less. Joe Burrow at pick 66 is a crazy value for this Nerd City guy, even though he has nothing to do with that game. I would not pass on him there. Just like I won't pass Omari and Hampton in the last round, right? That seems good. I mean, he's going to be getting more and more work. I don't see a reason to take another back over him. Yeah, seems good. He's in a split. Vidal's not going away, but he is so explosive. He's involved in the passing game. You know, it's do or die for Kansas City, so you got to think the Chargers might get pushed a little bit. So this team ends up being Jamar Chase, George Kittle, Chase Brown, Juwan Jennings, Brock Purdy, and Omari and Hampton. I like this team. I think this team's kind of fun. Tells a little bit of a different story. Tells a story of a Ravens collapse a little bit with these two Bengals with no one on the other side. All right, let's see. Buster's Boys, he ends his team with Debo. Mathology ends his team with Chris Rodriguez. So again, we talked about Chris Rodriguez as a late round running back. We get a little bit of assuredness that that's not a bad idea, seeing Mathology take him there. J-Dubs, he ends his team with Shakir. B-Spurf ends his team with BTJ. I like the BTJ stuff. There does seem like the potential for a BTJ resurgence, and you're getting him in the very last round. So the routes are back. The targets are trending the right direction. We don't know what last game would have been had it stayed more competitive, because of course once Danny Dimes got hurt, that game kind of turned into a blowout. So I don't mind the BTJ stuff. I think that's not a bad idea at all. So fun draft. Appreciate all of you who did that one. Maybe we'll do a Mitten or two, and then we'll get on out of here. But it's been awesome. If you guys can, drop a like, drop a sub. We'll keep running these, these daily games. We'll be mixing in some of the playoff best ball stuff. Whatever the people want, we'll be doing. Waiting for one in a Mitten. If you wanted, Joel, you know what, Joel? I was wondering if you wanted BTJ for the double stack because you had the Jacoby Myers T-Law. And I almost said it out loud, but I don't like to influence people in the rooms. And so that was what you want to be for. My bad. Well, it's the way she goes. The good news, Joel, is that's not a super hard combo to build. I think if you want that, you can get another shot, but it is always tough when you think you're safe. Yeah, no, we knew it's all good. So we're here at the 4. We got Mr. Worth at the 3, and we will see what the room gives to us here. All right, hour 10, Mitten 3. Oh, you had Josh Allen. BTJ was a standalone. Okay. I was thinking of the other drafter then, who had T-Law. So, all right. Well, I feel less bad then, because it wasn't a double. It was just your one-off. There's a lot of scrolls this week. You never know what, when you get sniped on someone, you get someone else, and sometimes that someone else is who you need. I mean, I wish someone had sniped me on Juwan Jennings last week because I would have gotten Fannin on one of my teams, but it's the way she goes. We got the guy we wanted, and it turns out it was not who we needed. All right, we'll take CMC ahead of Adams. I think it's a lot easier to build through the Niners than fighting over Rams. Plus, I think CMC is going to potentially be just an absolute advance rate monster. If we don't end up building a full Niners thing, I think he could help bring the other parts along. So he gives a little bit of flexibility here. All right. But we will have to decide what we want to do on the AFC side of the ball, which can be a little tough. All right, so Devontae Adams goes at the 5. Let's see. Yeah, if somehow James Cook makes it all the way back, I mean, my goodness, that is the giga jam of jams. But I have not seen him really get past the turn very frequently. Let's see what Rye Blake 2000 does. So he goes Cook. So we were in this boat last time. This is the exact boat I was in, and so for him. Again, if you don't get Hurts, one of these guys is just fancy advance rate piece because you cannot make a Buffalo Eagles Super Bowl. So you are kind of in full clench that comes around to you. So what's Green Man gonna do? What is Green Man gonna do? He takes Jacobs. I think I'm gonna try to do a Patriots situation here. In the ideal world, at least we get Diggs. You never know. There's no guarantee even Diggs gets back to us. Some of the later pieces are pretty gross, but we will see. Joel says, damn it, I don't know if you were trying to get Drake May there. It's tough. The AFC side is tough. If you don't get Bills or Patriots, the only good thing is if you don't get Bills or Patriots, usually you can kind of have your own lane. Yeah, it is tough. It is tough. I feel like it's kind of wrong to let May get back to the left side from the right, but I don't know. God, my Super Bowl picks. Honestly, I think so. Travion would have been my pick, so that's a little unfortunate. But that's the way she goes. Let's just take Diggs here. We'll lock up Diggs. So at the very least, we've got Drake May Diggs. I think this is gonna sound stupid, but Niners Bills is my current Super Bowl Hartman. The Niners defense is so bad though, so it's kind of terrifying. Oh, why did you take Kittle? See that? Gosh darn it! This is where it all comes unglued, people. This is where it all comes unglued. All right, we're going to take Hunter Henry. So we got May, Diggs, Henry. You got this person who simply doesn't know what they're doing, and I say that with love in my heart. But Green Man 9, you've got 4 players on 4 teams through 4 rounds. Like you're just pressing buttons. You are just pressing buttons at this point, and ruining my life. But it's okay. Getting Travion around makes me mad. I didn't get May. I mean, it's not the end of the world if you. I mean, you'll just have to be building more through the NFC side. I don't see it. I don't actually see that as terrible. Like if your primary stack is the NFC side, and then you're taking pieces to fill out a Super Bowl on the AFC side. Like you don't need both quarterbacks in the Super Bowl. I don't think that's the end of the world. But obviously if you prefer New England, then yeah, it's not great. But I don't feel like when you start with like the Puka or JSN or Puka Kyron, like you need May to make it work. I feel like it's fine. All right, what do we want to do? What do we want to do over here? I think I want you. No, let's just. You know what? I don't think anyone's going to take Ramondre. That just seems really dumb. I'll take Juwan Jennings. If Ramondre somehow goes, then it just wasn't meant to be. But I think Ramondre here makes a lot of sense. And then we will have a 6 players from this possible New England Niners Super Bowl. And I like that. Do I want Kittle on the Niners side? Absolutely. It didn't happen. But I didn't want to completely abort that possibility. But we'll see. Andre, we'll have to figure out what we want to do. We'll have 4 picks left. And then it's, do we want to focus on an AFC side or the NFC side? So we'll see what the room gives to us. It might depend on what running backs are available. All right, I'll pull the board up so people can see what's going on. The absolutely hopeless guy, he does at least get Knicks with Harvey. He does get Corum with Adams. So, you know, he just kind of has a random Jacobs and Kittle there. What are you going to do? J-Dub's taking Jordan Love. A little surprised to see that. I'll say a little surprised to see Love as the quarterback, especially once Reed and Watson are off. Slightly surprised there. Bucky goes, which was one of the things I was thinking of doing, was then again reverting to another Tampa stack. On the Niners side, we've got CMC Jennings, so we theoretically could just build out another AFC team who is playing against them, or being that we have May, Hunter, and Ramondre, we could do the opposite. I think Mitten here. Again, running back is tough. Might be tough to just get there with CMC Ramondre. I think adding another out here makes sense. And I'm pretty sure if we can get Ladd, then the nobody's going to fight us for Chargers. So we'll see. Purdy is also here. Purdy is gone because the guy who doesn't know what they're doing just took him. All right, we'll take Ladd here. And this could get bad if someone just takes unstacked Herbert, which you never know, but we'll see. All right, so J-Dubs takes Darnold, which is what I was expecting to see previously with JSN. Walker adds Dubs to Love. Missed Reed going. Okay, I was a little curious there, but yeah, I was not expecting Reed to go at pick 31 here. Yeah, so this guy just takes Brock Purdy with Kittle, I guess. Sure. For us, really hope we can get Ladd, but sometimes people just take the guys at the top of their queue. This person's at least building a Buffalo stack, so they seem like they understand the concept of stacking. This person has Stafford with 1 pass catcher. We'll see. Rashid Shaheed goes. I mean, J-Dubs, nothing is going your way here. I'll be honest. I don't know if you're going to take Shaheed, but Shaheed made a fair amount of sense on your team. So that seems slightly unfortunate. I'm going to be honest there. All right, AJ Barter goes. I'm just going to take Herbert. So basically, it's either the Patriots or the Chargers are going to play the Niners in this universe. We got Herbert, Hampton, Ladd. How do we want to land the plane? Who's our last guy? Is it another Charger? Is it another Patriot? Diggs, Henry, Jennings, Ladd. Not a ton of firepower here. Maybe we'll take a low-ish owned Pearsall here. I think he's not going to be super popular. He'll fit in whether it's the Chargers or the Pats side that we're playing against. So we'll try that. We'll try that. That's kind of fun. We missed out on Kittle, so maybe we'll go another direction. So this team ends up being Drake May, Justin Herbert, CMC, Ramondre, Hampton, and then Diggs, Henry, Juwan Jennings, Ladd McConkey, Ricky Pearsall. I don't mind this team. I think this team came out all right. J-Dubs, he ends his team with Barner and Kyle Williams. Kyle Williams is kind of an interesting shout. He's certainly somebody that I could have thought about but didn't on my team there. Brutal run out. I agree, Beast Burp. These drafts can be maddening. These drafts can be absolutely maddening. Beast Burp, I had a dream last night I was taking Kelsey one-offs in the gauntlet. Man, the gauntlet, I want to do it. Believe me, I want to hop in those gauntlet streets, but I just don't think it's a good bankroll choice, especially after just, chasing the dog bowl all year. It is tough to go for those $25 tournaments that are that you're going to return so little unless you nuke it. Which, I mean, we play it because we think we can nuke it. I guess I just feel like I don't feel like I have the same edge in the playoff stuff. And it's just hard for me to justify as fun as the gauntlet is. All right, let's do one more Mitten because we haven't tilted enough. Waiting for 4. All right, so here the other thing I will say this: if you're gonna do these, a lot of the times I would say avoid stream drafts because they tend to be a little sharper. I would do all of my playoff stuff on stream if possible, whether it's my stream or someone else's, because people are much more likely to stay in their own lanes because no one wants to be like hectored by the chat or the streamer. People don't want to look stupid. Like, I think people stay in their lanes a lot more in the stream drafts. So you're more likely to be able to like do what you want to do and people are paying attention. Versus, I feel like in BBMs and in the big board, it's a little more Wild West. I feel like there's a lot more sniping on those versus playoff best ball. But maybe that's just like anecdotal. And sometimes as the streamer, sometimes people snipe you because they think it's funny. So it might be more of a tip for you guys than for myself here on the other side of the fence. But hey, Pat Moore Poker, GM. Mercs Cards was hanging out here before. Appreciate you so much. Fantasy Sharps, great channel. Yeah, we were doing some 12-person goal line stands before, and appreciate you running those last night. Learned a lot, used some of those lessons today. So thanks again, Pat Moore, for hanging out. Redemption time, says Jill. All right, we got Patrick Barnes, we got Feastfurf, we got Mr. Worth, we got Mr. Vinegar, and we got Chad G20. Chad G20. So we got Chad Candles, Chad G20. This is a full friends and family room. So we'll see. But sometimes families fight. Sometimes families don't always get along the best. So we'll see. We will see. So Cook at 3. The Wild Man. Do we take JSN or CMC? I just feel like CMC is a better click. I really do. I know we just did a CMC team, and I apologize if it's boring to watch the same team again. Oh, tried to get in, but failed. I'll be running these again tomorrow. I'm probably gonna hop after this one, but yeah, the 6th person sometimes can snap fill on you. All right, so we do gift JT Vinegar JSN at 5, which is kind of nice. From the 5 hole, a couple points of ADP value. May be able to build something unique there. Gosh, I hate to build the same team again. But like taking Saquon is bad. Like I don't think that makes any sense. I mean, maybe it's not bad if my plan is a all right. All right, let's do it. I don't want to build another CMC Drake May team on stream. I think if I was by myself, I would click Drake May. But you guys just watch us do that. So we're going to try something. Okay? So if this sucks, I'm blaming all of you because I'm trying to entertain the stream. But no, we're going to try something. I'm going to try to build a different... Oh, come on. What's the problem? I can do no right, Joel. No right by you. Last time you wanted Drake May. We're going to try to build a different AFC stack, and then our Super Bowl will be AFC team versus Niners or Eagles. So we'll see. Could be bad. Could be bad. We also could just take Hurts. But I don't know. We'll see. Let's see what J-Dubs does. All right, so we got CMC, Saquon. He takes AJ Brown. So if AJ Brown is gone. All right, what do we want to do? Talk to me, Goose. All right, we're going to take Devonta here. We've got concepts of a plan. Could be bad. We're not taking Hurts, though. We've got an idea. I mean, if Hurts comes to us, though, do we just take him and we just say CMC is our advance rate guy? I do not know. Etienne goes. My problem is my AFC options are rapidly dwindling. I kind of thought I would get Etienne. I wanted to make a Jacksonville team. The plan here was to take Niners and Eagles and then do a Jag stack. Chad G20 just nuked that from orbit. So we are going to pivot because that was the plan. And now we'll just take Jalen Hurts and say CMC is my very expensive advance rate piece, which is not where I want it to be. But that's where we are. Just so you all kind of had some color into what I was thinking. Yeah. Thomas, Houston stack times was not a bad shout. The problem is I don't think I could rely on Nico coming back to me if I did take Kittle, because I was planning on taking Kittle and then starting the Jags. So I guess I could have taken Kittle and then hoped we got Nico, but it's dicey. So I don't know. Hey, Artillery Frost, GM to you. Hope you're having a good one. Kind of watching this draft get away from us a little bit here. Again, I don't think this is good, having CMC as an advance rate piece, just being a first round pick. This really requires the conference championship to be CMC to make it all the way to the conference championship and then drop off. It just feels like thin to actually get home. Kittle is still here, but I don't think. Well, we got to start taking something from the AFC. Let's just take Nico. Did I already miss on Marks, though? No, Marks is still there. So we'll take Nico Collins. Yeah, I mean, knowing this, I think I would trade Hurts for Kittle, but it's too late. It's too late. Chargers still feel too cheap, says Pat Moore. Yeah, I think the Chargers are too cheap. I definitely do that, and I took them in the last draft, and I like the way that team turned out. Mac Nova saying CMC could be the advance rate piece you need. 100%. Too terrible. It just feels like if this team does make it to the Super Bowl, having your first round pick be dead intuitively seems like it can't be optimal. But maybe it will enable me to get other pieces that are going to be hard to get through. I don't know. I got to think about that, but it's my instinct My instincts say this is just a hair off. All right, so Hampton goes. I think we got to take marks here because this goes to 0 if we don't finish that stack. So we got Nico and Mark. So this team will end up leaning a little bit more. Now, this is going to just be, I think Houston is going to be my sole AFC representative. So we'll see what the room gives to us. Obviously, if we can get Goddard, that would be nice. Purdy goes. So J-Dubs is able to build a Kittle Purdy stack. Let's grab Dallas Goddard. I don't think there's any Houston pieces that make any sense for anyone. I don't know why someone would just take naked Stroud. It literally just would make no sense at this point. I don't think I pass on Stroud just in case somebody decides to do something weird. But now we got Dallas Goddard. So we've got Saquon, Devontae, Hurts, Goddard. We do now have 4 Eagles, which means we theoretically could just grab some different AFC pieces and just play this through Hurts. Like, I mean, we could make this a 1 QB team with Hurts. This is kind of tough. This is kind of tough. Oh, Lay the House RM, any PGA best ball for you this year? I just started. No, I mean, maybe, but I have not even looked at it. I know Pat Mayo put out some ranks last year that just absolutely smashed. So if I do, I'll probably just like do that in auto draft. If I'm being honest, I will not be IKBing the Pat Mayo ranks this year. All right, let's see. Gosh, running back is so gross at this point. Yeah, let's just take Stroud. I don't think there's any other parts. I mean, I could take Juwan Jennings. You know what? Let's take Jennings here because I don't think he'd come back. And then if we have Stroud, we'd have Stroud, Marks, Nico, and then we have 2 Super Bowls with Houston. We would have a Houston Niners Super Bowl, which I think would be kind of nice. So kind of a wonky team here. Who will be our 10th pick is a question. If we maybe Higgins, maybe like Jaden, maybe we try to end this team with Stroud, Jaden, Higgins. I think that would make a certain amount of sense. All right, so hopefully that comes together. I mean, if we lose Stroud, that sucks. But what can you do? In that case, I would probably just add 2 random Eagles or something like that, or I'd still take Higgins plus an Eagle. Baker goes off the board. Archie Frost, first round pick being dead just means you have to draft as if all the first rounders missed the Super Bowl. Yeah, I guess that's fair. And there's a world where that happens. Yeah. Chris says sometimes you just have to maximize the value of the draft. Yeah, you know what? Sacrilegious was talking about this on his stuff, and it does make sense. At a certain point, you just tell yourself the team can't make the Super Bowl. Let's just maximize our value. And I think that makes sense. For me, that might be more for the gauntlet where only one team advances. And I think the payout for just advancing is higher. Like, these are $5, you only get 3 back. I think the gauntlet, you get your money back. So there's more to be said for that. I think in the Mitten, I'm still going to try to shoot the moon. But I can't remember if his advice was for the gauntlet or the Mitten. I suspect it was more gauntlet focused with that. But yeah, at a certain point, it does make sense to just say, okay, let's let's just survive the week and then, keep the bankroll afloat versus trying to squeeze every Super Bowl team out of this. So this team ends up being Jalen Hurts, CJ Stroud, CMC, Saquon, Woody Marks, Devonta Smith, Nico Collins, Dallas Goedert, Juwan Jennings together against all odds. I mean, we got a Houston Niners Super Bowl and a Houston Eagles Super Bowl. We don't quite have enough if it's only the Eagles. We're short one player to fill out just an Eagles against any one team. But I feel like that's okay. If you have five Eagles, you probably somebody in the other team is going to be hitting lineups. You're not going to win anyway, even in the Super Bowl, barring something really weird. So I think this is kind of fun. I think this team ended up being kind of fun. Let's see what some other folks did. B-Spurf, what'd you do? Josh Allen, RJ Harvey, Khalil Shakir, Gibbs, Amon-Ra, Sutton, Nix, Ray Davis, Mike Evans, Rashad White. So playing it through the Bills with Allen, Shakir, and then probably a lower-owned Ray Davis. And then on the other side, Nix, Sutton, Harvey. Yeah, I like this. You picked up a few different paths. You've got the Bucks could play Denver. You have the Lions could play Buffalo, which of course, people a few weeks ago seemed like a pretty reasonable outcome. Of course, now the Lions are fighting for their playoff lives. But yeah, I like these. I like this team. Kind of fun. J-Dubs, you had a little bit of run bad with your neighbor, unintentionally, of course. But you go Cook, Stafford, Brown, Kincaid, Corum, Kittle, Purdy, Keon Coleman, Ricky Pearsall, and Cody Parkinson. So you get Stafford with Corum and Parkinson. So none of the big receivers with Staffy, but you do have Cook, Kincaid, Coleman. So a reasonable enough out there if it ends up being Bills Rams, although of course it's hard to imagine Stafford getting there without a pass catcher or the Bills side getting there without Allen. But it is a live Super Bowl, and then Purdy with Kittle, Pearsall. Apologies for taking Jennings, though. It did make sense for my team with CMC trying to build out some different Houston Super Bowls, and Houston San Francisco made sense with the CMC pick for me. I was not trying to attack you, but I did think the pick made sense for me. Mr. Vinegar, JSN, Jacobs, Ken Walker, Christian Watson, Jordan Love. So he gets Jacobs, Watson, Love. So he gets 3 Packers, Omari and Hampton, Sam Darnold, Ladd, Franklin, and Ingram. So he gets Darnold with JSN, Ken Walker. So his Super Bowl is quarterback is going to be on the NFC side, and then brings it back with a Hampton and Ladd, and then Franklin and a probably very low-owned Ingram. So interesting team, but certainly does make a certain amount of sense getting the 3 Packers, getting the 3 Seahawks, and then mixing and matching some AFC stuff. So pretty cool. Pretty cool teams. All right. I missed the chat for like 10 minutes, so I apologize. So no Rams, Seahawks. Yeah, that's what you need. McNova, if you can get a nutty Super Bowl, it can work for sure. Yep. That's what you're 100% right. You need the Super Bowl to be kind of wonky. Yeah, the Niners without Kittle did make sense, and I thought about taking the Purdy side, but I wanted an AFC quarterback rather than 2 NFC teams. People fighting over Niners pieces without CMC is dumb, though. It does feel like at least one of those Niner games, if they get through the gauntlet, will need need CMC. Artillery Frost, I don't like it, but with Stafford, I need a round 1 QB to get through. McNova, Texans Super Bowl is perfect team for... Yeah, all right, well, that's what we ended up doing. Joel says, yeah, that makes sense. I have naked Purdy teams on Ram stacks. That is true. Gauntlet pays money back for advancing, says Joel. Yeah, so I think in that it makes sense sometimes if you're like, this team is toast to just try to advance. And I'm sure Sacrilegious said that far more eloquently and data-driven than I am repeating his points, but he was making good points on his show yesterday. Artillery Frost, I think the guy taking Kittle is misguided, though. Some try to get their money back, other pivots to a Ravens onslaught. Inside you, there are two wolves. One wolf is trying to get their money back. The other wolf says, go Ravens. Artillery Frost, the bail and advanced strat was more DK than Underdog because DK is high. That makes sense. Because, yeah, needing a tight end just changes the game. And I haven't done playoff best ball this year on DK. But, yeah, that does make sense. Chris says, if your first rounder cannot make the Super Bowl, you still have the second round and conference championship round to make money in the Mitten. Makes sense. Makes sense there. Artillery Frost, a solid team. Nice. Thank you. I like the way this team came out. I think it's pretty good. Jake Binniger, it's easier on the eyes to look at everyone's team, not on the board. Oh, okay. You're right. You're right. That is probably a better way to look at the teams. Like here, I can pull up Beast Burst team while I roll through chat here. Yeah, because it's kind of hard to see the stacks. It's just while the draft is going, if you have it like this, it resets to your team so you're clicking all the time, and it's kind of a pain. Artillery Frost, I really dislike the Bills and JSN price. I'm basically a Rams piece always if I can take Puka or Devontae first. And then only Bills if Josh falls to 5, and I can get Josh and Cook. Yeah, it's tough with the Bills because Josh Cook teams are out there, and if you don't get one, it feels not great. Not great. Go Easy Cards had to jump off for a moment. Any Ty Johnson being drafted? I have not, but I'm definitely Ty Johnson curious, and I think he makes sense for Josh Allen teams. Or Bills bringbacks, I guess. But I see his path as taking like a screen to the house, so I don't know why I just mentally tie him with Allen. But I guess just Bills stuff generally. Crossface says, yo, good luck, man. Hey, appreciate you, Crossface. Hope you're having a great one. Mac, I meant Nutty where you can draft the nuts if it work. Yeah. Yeah. I hear you, Mac Nova. Artillery Frost, it's actually better to have two QBs from the same conference because you don't end up with an awkward Super Bowl and no QB if you have two teams from the same side. I guess I could see that. I have to think about that. But if there's math behind that, I am all ears. I'm all ears. I tell you, Frost, I also just don't think the Bulls have good Super Bowl equity relative to their prices. Yeah, I think the issue is everyone sees the AFC is so wide open. The Bills and the Pats are kind of the like comfort blanket you grab onto because they're in the playoffs and they seem good. And it's just scary to take like Jags or Texans or Chargers. Like they don't feel as comfortable as being like, well, my wagon is attached to Josh Allen. That seems good. But yeah, they're also the Bills, and we've seen them just absolutely crumble like in these spots. But everyone, this was a ton of fun. I appreciate y'all so much. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll run some more BRs. If people like the 12 persons, we'll keep doing those. We'll keep doing some playoff best ball. It's been awesome. Go Easy Cards. Can't wait to see if the ADP shift if Buffalo beats New England. Yeah. I mean, arguably, I'd rather them not because I don't want the Bills with the bye. I'd rather have the Pats with the bye because I think I've had more Bills stuff than Pats stuff. So I kind of want them playing all their games. Bills value is to 100% be in the first round. Pretty heavy favorites to win on the road. Yeah. The fact that you're gonna get all the games is pretty huge. But yeah, if they suddenly are the team with the bye, maybe they get a little cheaper, but I don't know. GG says Mac Nova. Hey, GG. Appreciate you, Mac Nova. Thanks so much for coming in, hanging out. I will see you all tomorrow. If you can, drop a like, drop a sub, leave a comment. The comments help a lot with the algorithm, but take care, everyone. See you tomorrow.